Hello and welcome to Reality TV News Update, where you'll find the most recent news, entertaining moments, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content. The cast is finally complete. Survivor is arguably one of the best reality shows of all time, thanks to its groundbreaking nature and the way it's inspired countless shows that followed. Fans of the long-running series were recently treated to the season 49 finale on CBS and streaming with a Paramount Plus subscription, meaning that the highly anticipated Survivor 50 is next. Fans are eager to see what happens in that eagerly anticipated installment, which will finally feature returning players for the first time in the new era. But just who is competing? The partial cast list for Season 50 of Survivor was made public in May, with the caveat that 2 contestants from Season 49 would also be part of the fun. The group is now completed, with that season behind them. There is still a lot to look forward to, even though Season 50's trailer has garnered criticism from fans. Let's break it all down. Siri Fields, Micronesia, Panama, Heroes vs. Villains, Pivotal Players, and Australia vs. the World. One of the most adored contestants of all time, Siri Fields has appeared in some of the best seasons of Survivor. While she's already played 5 times, including Australia vs. the World with Parvati Shallow, fans are still thrilled about the idea of her back on the island in Fiji and competing to be sole survivor. While Siri won The Traitors, which is streaming with a Peacock subscription, and made it deep into Big Brother, she's famously one of the best Survivor players to never win. Between being eliminated without earning 1 vote and getting edged out of Micronesia when it had a final 2 instead of 3, she's overdue to finally get that W. Dee Valladares, Survivor 45. Dee is one of the few genuine winners who was invited back to Survivor 50. Dee, who deservedly won Season 45, was a master of strategy while she was on the island. While not every new era victor has earned the respect of you fans, I'm looking at you, Gabler. Valladares is not one of them. Will this mean that she will be voted out before the other returning players? Only time will tell, but I hope not. Coach Wade, Heroes vs. Villains, and South Pacific. Coach is a pretty infamous character in Survivor lore, which is why he's already had the chance to play 3 times. He was known for his wild personality, as well as dubbing himself the Dragon Slayer during his first season, Tocantins. In spite of the fact that I had no idea he would make a 4th appearance in Season 50, I can only imagine the kind of television he will bring to the table in addition to his actual gameplay. Joe Hunter, 48th season. Just 2 seasons ago, Joe competed on Survivor, and he quickly became a memorable character. This is largely due to Joe's strong sense of morality and his advocacy for Eva during an autism-related episode when she was overwhelmed by a challenge. Their friendship, even across tribe lines, was moving, and the pair ended up sticking together all the way to Final Tribal. Unfortunately, though, this tactic did not work, and he came in 3rd place. Will returning players view him as a threat or as a goat? We'll just have to wait and see. Kendrick, Stephanie LaGrossa, Palau, Guatemala, and Heroes vs. Villains. Stephanie, at one point, was one of the most popular Survivor players out there. During her first season, Palau, fans watched as the ill-fated Oolong tribe lost challenge after challenge until she was left alone and was absorbed by the other team. After being part of one of the worst tribes ever, she and Bobby John Drinkard returned for Guatemala. Her most recent appearance was in Heroes vs. Villains, in which she was an early boot and became embroiled in controversy with Jeff for promoting her restaurant at the live reunion. After doing a season of The Traitors, she's been brought back to Survivor for the highly anticipated 5th season. Savannah Louie, Season 49. Savannah is one of the 2 cast members from Season 49 who will immediately return to Survivor 50. I think she was a great choice to return from that cast, as from the jump she had a keen strategic mind, delightful sound bites, and was the closest thing we got to a villain in that season. Doing back-to-back seasons is hardcore, but we'll have to see if the other contestants vote her out because of it. Colby Donaldson, star of the Australian Outback, Heroes vs. Villains. Colby is one of the Survivor OGs and helped create a number of the show's archetypes when debuting on the 2nd season, the Australian Outback. He was one of the first challenge beasts, and he quickly became a symbol of sexuality. He's returned twice already, but Season 50 marks his first appearance in over a decade. Colby was the last hero surviving in Heroes vs. Villains, ranking 5th. Jonathan Young, Season 42. Speaking of challenge beasts, Jonathan Young from Season 42 is one of the most impressive physical players we've had in the new era. From the beginning, he brought a massive presence and literally led his tribe to victories in the early game. I can't wait to see how he does as a returning player and if he's able to connect with players who have the same skill set. Jenna Lewis Dowry, Borneo and All-Stars. This one is going to please longtime fans. Jenna Lewis was a fan favorite in the very first season of Survivor, eventually returning for All-Stars. In addition to wondering how much money Survivor contestants make, fans have also wanted to know if and when Jenna would return. Luckily, she'll be hitting the beaches of Fiji in Survivor 50. Camilla Carthageshu, Season 48. Camilla played just 2 seasons ago on Season 48 and made it to the finale episode. Her low-key alliance with Kyle helped to steer the entire game, and he ultimately won the title of Sole Survivor. It'll be interesting to see if their performances improve or decrease as a result of their return for Season 50. Aussie Lust, Cork Islands, Micronesia, South Pacific, and Game Changers. Like Siri, Aussie is one of the most iconic Survivor players of all time. He has already played 4 times, and he is hoping for a 5th. While he's always been a physical competitor, he has sometimes struggled with the strategic aspect of the game. For Season 50, we'll see if he changes his stripes. Season 46, Charlie Davis. Season 46 has some good gameplay, with Charlie Davis becoming a fan-favorite contestant throughout its run on TV. However, Maria, his ally, ultimately betrayed him and did not vote for him into Final Tribal. Will Charlie act in a different way the second time? Aubrey Bracco, Khal Rong, Game Changers, and Edge of Extinction. Aubrey made his debut on Survivor in the 36th season, and he has already appeared on the show twice before Survivor 50. She's a great example of a superfan who excelled on the island, and there are going to be some big expectations set for her 4th time competing. Emily Flippen, Survivor 45. Emily is one of the most popular new era players in recent memory. After financial analyst Emily Flippen started day 1 by making enemies, the audience watched as she course-corrected, grew, and ultimately thrived in the game. I'm eager to see what she's going to do on her 2nd time playing and who might align themselves with her. Mike White, David vs. Goliath. This is going to be a real surprise. Mike White is a skilled actor, director, and writer who competed in David vs. Goliath without the cast understanding just how famous he is. But that was before his Emmy-winning work on The White Lotus, which has featured Survivor cameos from his competitors. Will he get deep into Survivor 50? Will his fellow castaways be vying for a spot on TV? TBD, but he's a fun wildcard to watch. Q Burdett, Survivor 46. When he appeared in Season 46, Q was a huge character. He is another new era character who stands out. He brought a ton of bravado to the show, in addition to his invention of the Q skirt. Unfortunately, he was also taken by surprise, which will probably influence his approach to the game as a returning player. Chrissy Hofbeck, Heroes vs. Hustlers. Chrissy is a pretty great choice to return for Survivor 50. She appeared in the show's 37th season, where she was put on the Heroes tribe. She was a challenge beast who won 4 individual immunity challenges in addition to being personable and strategic. Season 46, Tiffany Nicole Irvin. Tiffany was unquestionably at the top of really strong players in Survivor Season 46. She also made excellent television, including scenes in which Banu begged her to spare him while literally on his knees. And I know she's going to be coming back with a vengeance for her 2nd game. Rick Devens, Edge of Extinction. Rick Devens was a very charming player when he debuted in the 38th season Edge of Extinction. He also became a favorite of Jeff Probst himself, hosting the official Survivor podcast On Fire. But now he's going back to being a player and competing against some of the greats. Survivor 49, Rizzo Veligic. From the very beginning of Season 49, Rizzo established himself as a contestant to watch. He had lots of swagger, but also was playing hard from day 1. We'll have to wait and see how he fared against a stronger group of competitors, but he seemed like an obvious choice to bring back for Survivor 50. Genevieve Mouchaluk, Season 47. While Survivor has a villain problem, Genevieve was a player who unabashedly was putting strategy over feelings on Season 47. She was one of my favorite players that season, so it should be interesting to see how she performs now.
Star of David vs. Goliath. There are 3 different players from David vs. Goliath will be on this season, which should make Survivor 50 more interesting. When Angelina was first on the show, she had some really memorable moments, like when she famously asked Natalie for her jacket after she was voted out. Whether she collaborates with Mike White and how far she progresses the second time around will be up in the air. Christian Hubicki, David vs. Goliath. Christian is the third castaway from the 50th season of David vs. Goliath. Due to his neurotic personality, memorable sound bites, use of hidden immunity idols, and even winning immunity, he became a memorable character. He went out in 7th place, and I have to assume he's hoping to make it deeper into the game the second time around. The diverse cast of Survivor 50 ought to make for excellent television. The 50th season will air on February 25, 2026, as part of the TV schedule. Fans will just have to try and be patient while we wait for the blindsides to begin. When Survivor reaches its milestone 50th season, the show isn't just celebrating longevity, it's defining a legacy. It is anticipated that Survivor 50 will be a bold, all-returnee event designed to honor the new era while acknowledging the game's roots. After more than 2 decades, dozens of locations, and hundreds of castaways. Even though CBS hasn't officially said who will be on the show, more and more hints from Jeff Probst, production trends, and fan speculation point to a carefully selected cast that reflects the modern Survivor values of strategic depth, social awareness, diversity, and memorable television moments. Rather than a greatest hits season dominated by legends from the early 2000s, Survivor 50 is widely believed to focus heavily on seasons 41 to 49, the so-called New Era. These players adapted to a more open social game, faster gameplay, riskier twists, and shorter seasons. Below is a realistic, comprehensive look at who could make up the cast and why each fits the moment. The winners of New Era Survivor. 50 is expected to highlight winners who thrived in New Era conditions, and any returning season of this magnitude almost certainly includes former champions. Erica Kasupanen, Season 41. As the first New Era winner, Erica represents the evolution of the under-the-radar strategy. Her ability to shift perception late in the game set the template for quieter, more analytical winners. Marianne Okech, Season 42. One of the most charismatic winners in franchise history, Marianne combined emotional intelligence with sharp strategic timing. The season would be immediately energized by her presence. Aro Yam Yam, Season 44. Yam Yam's victory was defined by social dominance. He is a near certainty for a season of celebration like this because of his humor, adaptability, and ability to tell stories. Dee Waladares, Season 45. In the New Era, Dee's assertive, confident gameplay and command of her alliance marked a return to dominant-style victories. Strategic masterminds who fell just short. Players who arguably should have won are necessary for every successful returnee season. Jesse Lopez, Season 43. Frequently cited as one of the best players never to win, Jesse's blind side of Cody remains one of the most ruthless moves in modern Survivor. Carolyn Wigger, Season 44. Carolyn redefined what emotional gameplay looks like. Underestimated early, she proved to be strategically aware and socially complex, earning massive fan support. Omar Zahir, Season 42. Omar's puppet master style, quietly directing votes while staying insulated, made him one of the most dangerous players of the New Era. Ricard Foyer, Season 41. Bold, cerebral, and unafraid of big moves, Ricard embodied high-risk, high-reward gameplay. Physical and competitive standouts. Even in a strategy-driven era, challenge beasts still matter. Jonathan Young, Season 42. Jonathan's raw physicality became legendary, especially in water challenges. How he adapts to a more strategic-heavy cast would be fascinating. Lindsay Dolashevich, Season 42. Strong, strategic, and resilient, Lindsay balanced physical dominance with smart social play. Danny McCrae, Season 41. A former NFL player, Danny combined strength with humor and alliance loyalty, making him an ideal returnee. Social players and fan favorites. Survivor 50 will likely lean into personalities who defined the new era's emotional storytelling. Caleb Gebrewald, Season 45. Caleb's social skills made him an immediate threat, and he was frequently referred to as too likable for his own good. Emily Flippen, Season 45. One of the most compelling arcs of recent seasons featured Emily's transformation from abrasive skeptic to thoughtful strategist on screen. Jake O'Kane, Season 45. Despite lacking control, Jake's persistence, vulnerability, and passion made him a standout character. Q Burdett, Season 46. Polarizing, unpredictable, and endlessly discussed, Q brought chaos and bold decision-making that defined his season. Strategic chaos agents. Every returning season needs players who disrupt structure. Shan Smith, Season 41. Shan's dominance and eventual fall-down remains one of the new era's most iconic storylines. Her return would instantly raise stakes. Hai Jiang, Season 42. Hai's sharp strategic mind and confidence made him a power player and a lightning rod. Venus Vapek, Season 46. Unfiltered and fiercely independent, Venus thrived in confrontation and challenged traditional alliance structures. Representation across the new era. CBS has emphasized inclusive casting, and Survivor 50 is expected to continue that commitment. Players from diverse backgrounds, professions, and life experiences are central to the show's modern identity. The new era isn't just about faster gameplay, it's about broader representation and storytelling, something this cast embodies. What this cast says about Survivor 50. This lineup suggests a season driven less from nostalgia and more from evolution if Survivor 50 is truly a new era celebration. These are players who understand idols without clues, split-second decisions, public advantages, and social transparency. Many already know each other from post-show friendships, podcasts, and events, adding layers of pre-game tension. Rather than watching legends relearn the game, audiences would see elite players refining it. One thing is certain, Survivor 50 is not just another all-star season. It's a statement about what Survivor is now and where it's going next.